Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to a new video and a new Borderlands mod showcase on the channel. Today, we are checking out a mod which I have been wanting to show off to you guys for a long while now. It's a mod which I've known about for its development for over a year now, and I've really wanted just to show off the talent on display here. This is the Grimm's Cut mod by Grimm, another modder in the community who is insanely talented. Now, this mod is still in active development and is not available to the public yet, but Grimm was kind enough to let me show it off to you guys, which I'm eternally grateful for, and I'm excited to show off some cool things in this video. But luckily, you won't have to wait too long because a public release for this mod, Grimm has told me, will be available in the not too far future, which is good news. And I think the best way to show off this mod to you guys is to jump straight into the really cool stuff. So let's open our inventory here and take a look at all of the new incredible gear and rarities that are in this mod. This is a full size overhaul to Borderlands 3, just like Redux is, and it adds more than Redux did, honestly, in the grand scheme of things. With all of the rarities changes, it is so much more in depth, and it's a complete pack mod too, which means there's no use of hotfixes. And as you can see, one of the biggest and coolest things here is the implementation of the slag element, which is returning from Borderlands 2. Now, I know when you hear that, a lot of you are going to be very cautious because a lot of people didn't like slag in Borderlands 2, but it completely works different in this mod. It is not the same as the Borderlands 2 variation of the element. In fact, elements as a whole work different in this mod. So essentially, the way slag works is similar to dark magic in Wonderlands. You hit an enemy and every time it dots, it's going to regen some of your life. You may also notice the rarity here is that of Eridium rarity, which now affects alien guns and artifacts in the game. Now, thanks to Grimm, I do have, of course, this save file of brand new items to show off, and one of them is going to be an Eridium item. It's this artifact here, the Phalanx, which is going to give you shield capacity for 12 seconds on kill. Very cool, and as you can see, it is an Eridium item. Really awesome to see Eridium return to artifacts, much like it did in the prior games. And there are many new rarities in this mod, like the Jewel rarity, which I believe is applied to mission items and uniques in general. I'm sure I'm going to get a few of these wrong because there's just so many, but there's the Jewel rarity there is the, what is this one, Fabled rarity there, this is the Accursed rarity. Of course, we still have the default in-game rarities also. And so let me take you guys back to Sanctuary while we go through a bunch more of the changes in this mod, which I'm going to read off for you. And so let's get into most of the bigger changes for this mod. Of course, there's going to be too much to mention, but I'm going to name off a few that Grimm did let me know about. The first one, and the biggest one for me, is going to be the removal of Mayhem mode. This mod does not have Mayhem mode, it does not have anointments, and it does not have Guardian ranks, and the whole game is being rebalanced around that. This is more of a classic version of the scaling and the endgame scaling of the game in a way which doesn't require you to slog through tons of endgame levels. And anybody that knows me knows that I'm not just saying this. I genuinely love that and hope that is how it is in Borderlands 4. I do not like an abundance of endgame levels in Borderlands. I think it is tiresome. I don't think it's actually helping the series. I think it's hurting it. So seeing that is a feature in this mod, really big plus for me. Now, elements work a lot different in this mod than they do in the base game. So elements all now deal the same damage to every single health bar on an enemy. So it's no longer like, you need corrosive against armor. They all have the same damage against each health bar. But that's not the only change to elements. Most of the elements now also have brand new effects, which makes them more unique in gameplay. And I really do prefer this. So I'm going to show you guys kind of how they work. So the first one, Cryo, is fairly similar to the one in base game. It just slows targets and then freezes them when they get to low HP. Now, when we look at something like Corrosive, this is interesting because corroded targets are going to take increased damage. Now, this one I am curious to get your thoughts on because yes, slag does not work how it does in Borderlands 2 as I showed you guys, but this does seem a lot similar to what slag would do in Borderlands 2. Now, for me personally, I like this. I liked slag how it was in Borderlands 2. I know it's a hot take, but I know that this might upset a few people. I personally enjoy it. Now, let me look into shock, because shock is one that I find very, very interesting. So when an enemy is electrocuted with shock, it makes the target deal reduced damage to the player. This is a very smart way, in my opinion, of dealing with the problem of just getting one tapped. If you're not someone who's got tons of HP, tons of survivability, this is a way to help with that playstyle, an alternate way to make a tankier playstyle by debuffing your targets to the point where they become weaker towards you. I think this is very creative and very fun. And for radiation, it's fairly similar to the way it is in base game. It just makes the targets explode on death. Now, we talked a little bit about balancing, but one of the biggest changes in this mod is also the character balancing. A lot of characters have been basically completely reworked or rebalanced. Now you can see here on Flak, these skill trees are almost completely different to the ones in base game, with brand new skills across the board and brand new balancing. I'll go through these just skimming here, so you can pause the video if you want to read a bunch of them. I know a lot of you out there who are really into the in-game crafting and builds and balancing and the math of the game are really going to enjoy looking at all of these skills, and it definitely does seem like there is a lot of thought put in here. Now, for the record, I have not spent an excessive amount of time with this mod. I am purely on here to make a showcase video to spread the word about it, so I actually haven't had the chance to play with this and see how this feels. But if you guys are interested in seeing that, let me know, maybe we'll stream this. And another change I want to talk about is the changes to manufacturer gimmicks, something which were in Borderlands 3 at base, as we all knew, and they were okay, some of them not that crazy, but this mod is going to change how they work as well. They've all been basically reworked or buffed or enhanced. So, for example, Hyperion no longer has the effect on accuracy, however, it does have an integrated amp shield now to all of the guns, which is very, very cool. And speaking of loot, let's keep showing some of that off now, because I know that's what you guys love to see when we take a look at these mods, is all of the cool, crazy pieces of loot that have been made. And let's just start off with one that is completely and utterly crazy, and it's the returning Bane from Borderlands 2. Now, feel free to mute the video if you so desire, but come on man, this is the Bane, you gotta show some respect. So let's take a listen to the Bane in Borderlands 3. Here we go. Oh yeah, that's Reload! That's the Bane, alright. That's the Bane, alright, let me tell you. So what do we have here? We got a lot of stuff to play around with. I really feel like a kid in a candy shop right now. I'm not exactly sure where to start. We got a little rocket launcher here. What is this? The Potent Turbine. Shoots air gusts, always non-elemental. Let's take a look at this right now. Very nice weapon camo. And it does indeed shoot gusts of air. Now, one thing that Grimm did also let me know about is that there are also a new feature being giant enemies. If you know about the mod in Borderlands 2 Reign of Giants, it sounds exactly like that. So these giant enemies are rare spawns in the world, and they drop unique items when you kill them. So maybe in this video we'll come across one, hopefully, but no promises. Alright, let me test out my little air gust shooting weapon here, see if I can blow someone back to the future. Oh, we got a little loot tink there, little birdman, and oh my god, it actually like knocks him back as well. Okay, that's pretty cool. And we also got an Eridium weapon here, the anti-matter rifle. And I really like the way these look. I think Grimm did also do a bunch of the weapon parts over in the mod, so they look a lot different now. And that's really neat. Wow, look at that. Look at that. New weapon trails as well. That's really sick. Alright, what is this weapon? The Black Hole Sun. Primary mode shoots a singularity effect on hit but deals no damage, and the secondary mode projectile has a big radius but a high charge time. Okay, so I've actually already taken a look at this one here, and so this primary mode, it does shoot a nice little slag singularity. I'm guessing it's got a smaller radius, so right there, and yeah, there we go. Pulls the enemy in just like you would expect a singularity to do. And then of course we have the incendiary second mode, which charges up. And dude, my Spider-Man is wrecking things. Okay, I guess I'm gonna have to go for this rack instead. There we go. You know, they call me K6, but unlike K6, I can actually aim. What is this? The Nuclear Winter. This says, always cryo, frozen enemies take bonus radiation damage from the Nuclear Winter. That's pretty sick, okay. This is a fabled item here. I'm not sure what fabled means, but we got the Potent Sound Wave here. Projectiles bounce and pierce enemies. Pretty sure I know what to expect here. It looks very, very nice. I like the weapon skin on it. And, oh, it looks like it shoots like little music waves, kind of like the Killing Word from Mouthpiece. That's pretty neat. Let's see, what else do we have to play around with here? We've got the Shrewd Thug. Increased mag size, shoots in a 4-4 sequence. So I'm guessing the 4-4 means the amount of ammo that it's going to take up. So first shot should take us down to 23. Oh, it's a burst. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. Wait, so it's a 4 burst, 2 burst, and then a 4 burst? So that's 4, 2, and 4. Oh, and I almost forgot to show you this grenade. Check this out. This is the Golden Shower. Always radiation. Spawns 10 raining shower grenades that make enemies drop money. I'm not going to use it on enemies, though, to showcase it, because it looks really cool, and I don't want enemies getting in the way. Check this out right here. So you throw it. It goes up to the sky. And then look at this. How cool is that, man? Alright, I guess now let's use it on this tank and see if we get a bunch of money from him. No, my pockets have been feeling a little light. I need a new paycheck to sign. What do we got going on here? Oh yeah, that'll do. That'll do, thank you, buddy. Take a look at this one. You must learn to sacrifice. Consumes health and not ammo. Lower fire rate. Every hit applies a stacking fire status effect. Fire rate increases the lower your health. So I have 81,000 health, and that means I can reload this gun and get 81,000 bullets in the mag. But of course it's not going to have 81,000 bullets, it's going to drain my health, which means in reality, yeah, maybe more so like 80 bullets in the mag. Alright, so from what I saw with the Mouthpiece fight, there is no immunity phases on Mouthpiece now. However, the fights is still going to have the little events where he'll play the music and attack you. So that's actually pretty cool. That's more than just a no immune phases. And oh my god, we froze him as well. That's pretty dope. I wasn't expecting to freeze him. And there we go, just like that. Mouthpiece is down. And what did he drop? The sound wave. Oh, so I guess that's one of his dedicateds. There we go. Little spoiler alert there, be careful. Be careful. But there we go. Ultimately, that is going to conclude my little showcase for this mod. There is obviously so much more to showcase with it. And if you guys want to see that in another video, let me know in the comment section down below. GG to Grimm for this. I cannot wait for the full release of it. It's going to be a very, very fun mod, especially for playthroughs. And with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. I will check you all in the next one. Have a great day, and I'll see you later.